y'all. We made it. We made it. We made it halfway through the week. So, kind of what we've been talking about this week is goals. You know, like, I don't know. We're halfway through this week. That's a goal of mine to make it each week through halfway at least. I mean, come on now. Before you check out and you're just done. But, yeah. It's Wednesday. It's been a pretty good week. It's wonderful. And not much more to talk about. My week's been a little crazy, like I told you guys it was going to be, but we're making it. And we got a few days left, and then it's done. It's done. So, yeah. We were talking about, yesterday we talked about creating goals. We talked about creating a long term, which would be the actual goal, and then breaking it down into smaller pieces. That way you can see your achievements. Okay. Let's talk about. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about. Okay, so let's talk about what we should do for our mental health, okay? So here we are and we've got some goals. We got a goal and we're working towards it. And you know, guys, it can be hard. It can take longer than you think. Whatever it is. So what we need to start doing is creating some positive thought process and just acknowledging how far we came. Okay? So acknowledge that you've reached part of your goal. You've hit your short-term goal. We need to acknowledge that we've done that work and we've gotten that far. Now, I'm not saying every acknowledgement needs to be like a party or anything, but pat yourself on the back. Allow yourself to look at it and go, "Wow, that's a milestone, and I did that, and that feels amazing." And dang, I can't wait till I reach the next little portion of this. Um, so allow yourself to see and reward by positive phrases that you've done so good, right? Because if we don't acknowledge what we have done, it makes getting to the end very, very long. It's a long, long shot sometimes. Mm, for example, for me. So, in speaking to you guys about creating goals, that allowed me to sit down and start thinking about what my true goal was, because I know that it's to take the NEC and pass. Okay, I know that I want to do it within 2 months, but I hadn't really broke down those portions of that. Okay, hadn't really thought about any more than I want to pass in 2 months. So what I did is I made myself sit down and think about what I can do and what I need to do to actually be where I want to be in 2 months. Because I'm going to be honest, some people say you walk in and you take this test, you're going to fail. It's a guarantee you're going to fail the first time. Y'all, you pay for that test every time. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It is not cheap. So I don't want to take it 1,000 times if I don't have to. But I get really, 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 really bad test anxiety. I have for a long time. Didn't really understand what it was. But I was in CPR training the other day. Guys, I've done this for years now, like since 2016. Same, same thing. Okay? Same training, same retraining process, everything. Your girl here almost didn't pass the written part. You know why? Well, actually, I didn't miss but two. That's kind of a lie. But my anxiety gets so high that a 3 minute test ended up taking me 15 to 20 minutes because I answer the questions and I relook and I relook and I relook and I relook. So it's just a big process, you know. For me, this is huge. For me, this is going to take time and I'm going to have to invest in it. And I'm going to need to acknowledge and reward myself with positive thoughts when I do see that I'm reaching my goals. Like when I can check it off, that, hey, I've reached, sections 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, out of my 12 sections, and I've gotten that far, and we've been able to soak it in and be able to walk into that test in 2 months and be able to say, that's what it is. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to get to that point. So if I will acknowledge the however far I come, for example, another, not test related, weight loss. It's kind of like I talked about a couple weeks ago, like I want to lose weight, I never really put a number on it, but I knew that when I was getting on the scale from day to day, there was no change in the number. So what do? You get discouraged sometimes, right? I didn't do that. And you know why? Because the shorts that I have that I wanted to wear that were pre-COVID shorts were fitting. Clothes that I had prior to COVID were fitting. So why would I beat myself up over a number when my body is obviously changing, right? So I had to acknowledge my success. I had to acknowledge what I had done right. I had to acknowledge what I had created, which was a pattern of doing well and working towards the greater goal. I had to do that. Nobody else could do that for me. Nobody. Nobody else can say, hey, Diane, you've studied 8 chapters. That's amazing because you haven't studied that much in 6 years. Nobody. 5, 4, 3. I don't know how many years. But nobody is going to acknowledge your success because generally they're not going to know your success unless you talk about it. So you have to acknowledge it yourself. Okay? Again, I'm not saying you have to go out to eat and go buy new shoes. I'm not saying reward that way. I'm just saying acknowledge what you do. Acknowledge what you've done so far. Acknowledge your little success because normally, again, you have a whole lot of little steps to reach that main goal. You got a lot of processes that are going on to hit that main goal. And if you will acknowledge it, you will be able to see that you've done something. You've done something. Okay? We're gonna bring this back into check, okay? This is what I started out with. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is how I wanted this to gear to in this channel, right? This is my goal sheet. Not very, it doesn't tell me exactly what to say, but it tells me what I want to talk about. So check this off. Check this off. I'm going to be able to make another check here, okay? That means I've had 3 weeks successful on my channel. 3 successful weeks. Did I get 1,000,000 views? No. But I've done it. I stepped out of my box. I've done what I wanted to do. And here I am talking to you about acknowledging your success, acknowledging your achievements. That's it. Be proud of what you've done. Let it fuel you. Let it put that fire in you to keep going, to keep moving, to keep achieving. Okay? Yes. Okay. So we only have a little bit more in this little goal setting and talking about goals left. Tomorrow when we come back, we're going to talk about, ways possibly to acknowledge or, ways to further in depth your goal setting. So we're going to wrap it up this week because it'll be Thursday, and we all know that my Friday is kind of just a weekend or week review. So tomorrow will be our final thoughts on this and wrap it up. That way you guys can come back to this channel, to this video in this little week and be able to watch it over and over and over if you need help or with setting goals. If you have a friend that needs help setting goals, if you have children that need help setting goals, this is what this video is for, so that I can help you motivate yourself to start setting goals and working towards them, to start setting goals and acknowledging what good you have done to reach your goal. Okay? So for now, I'm going to say again, thank you guys so much for the opportunity to be here with you, to be here and talk to you and to share with you, because I enjoy this so much. This is just so great for my soul. I've always said I don't really want to be a public speaker, but I want to have a reach for so much further than my little realm of work. Okay. And this allows me to talk and just do what I love doing. So thank you guys again. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you hit the bell, guess what? Anytime I post a new video, anytime I go live, you'll see it. So for now, we're going to sign off. I'm going to say, have a great Friday. End your week just as good as your week started. Make the best of it. And I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks, guys.